Yay. Does anyone actually watch this? I don't know. Does anybody watch these things? uh, so, I'm doing my thing here. Yeah, I know. Crazy, huh? Yo, just doodling. So, what's been going on lately? People don't really know, do they? I don't have regular followers. I have some I know on YouTube and stuff. They show up. Most likely it was old tutorials. It would still be relevant to some regard, even though things change in the software. Let me see. I can find it, but it's dark in here a little bit. Okay, so what's been going on? Should I give you a filler on my own story? Basically, you know how like anime has different story arcs, chapters, things going on. Life has the same kind of thing. Life has its story arcs. Like you could have grade school, junior high, or right now, and past all of that. So no longer in the kid chapter. That one's over with. No longer in a high school chapter. Or what's the one just after it? College. But that one didn't work. So all these are done with. Way in the past. After college, I actually did. Military, not everyone has this one. Military. And I still have stories from that one, but that's not what it's about. And then I had a chapter, the college round 2. Just more successful in college round 1. That one's behind me. Then I had a chapter where I was after college round 2. Of course, this chapter's behind me. I only did one enlistment, by the way. Navy. Aircraft carrier, all those things. You know what? The airplanes flying around. Jets. But done with that chapter. But this chapter is relevant now because I am in a support program, and that one I qualify as a veteran, and that technically helps me out. Believe it or not. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't be making this right now. I'd be scavenging on the street. But it's funny. I can't explain all of it right now without saying too much. And then I was caring for the old folks. Let's do chapter. Old folks with the cane. And there I was. Yeah, so this is just the previous chapter, believe it or not. Is Care for the Old Folks chapter. More or less, after college 2, the job quest thing didn't quite work out. I mean, I had a job, but it wasn't the greatest. Might have heard about it a little bit. Where I had student transportation and going back, and special needs kids. So I was driving them around in the van, and I'd have crazy freaking kids, and I'd have the disabled kids. The disabled kids were fine. Some of the autism kids, they were alright too, but then you had the crazy behavior disorder kids, and whatever went wrong in their life, they took it out on the wrong people, which means everyone else, including you. So if they had neglectful, or the baby mama, where she has like rotating boyfriend list, and who knows what the hell's going on, and she's drinking and partying and all that. Neglects the kids. Well, it comes back around, and the kids have shit going on, and they take it out on you, and that's the reason I quit that job. But it didn't pay well either. So after that job, I had a shitty time finding work and all that. But so it was frustrating as heck, like trying to find work after leaving that job because I wanted a fresh start. But that didn't work out. So I was helping the old folks, mom and dad, at their house. But then it turned out from just helping them trying to find a job to helping them being my full time job. But it wasn't an official job. And then, fortunately, that chapter ended because they passed on. And it's like, I was like, shit, this sucks. R.I.P. Right? I was like, son of a bitch, you're done. And I had a couple of months where I was like totally bummed out again because I did all this work caring for the old folks, but eventually they were old and it caught up. And I tried to do everything right. A lot of people said I did do stuff right, but it's just like disease and old age. Dad had prostate cancer, and I'm sure that came back. They didn't say it. I'm sure it did. My mother, she had infections. The real lady killer out there, if nobody knows it, it's called the urinary tract infections. And do everything just about right and try to do things with diet and everything else, cleaning and every step, every precaution. But she had what they would call a non-presenting urinary tract infection. So by the time you find out what's going on, it's like you already gotta head to the hospital because it shows no signs till it kicks in. She's got the other kind where she'd get upset and frustrated and you kind of knew what was going on, but the other kind catches up, and if you don't realize it can be too late. That sucked. Yeah, I tell that, but I did everything I could, but she had to go to the hospital, and the hospital couldn't see her, and it was hard, so. But no feeling sorry for me. Over that hump now, and yeah, hump number 2 is getting back on my feet and doing stuff for myself. That's where I am right now. Is next, but right here. Start next, cause I'm not done yet. I'm still kicking, right? I don't plan on going away anytime soon. But it's work round 2. Boogaloo, and that is the second time sync. Work isn't terrible. It's not a keyboard. This is a widget doodad thingy that I am putting together. We're on an assembly line kind of thing. And yeah, I got a manufacturing job. Can you believe it? They still make things in the U.S. I won't reveal the nature of the things I'm making, but part of it is automated factory, part of it is actually people. The robots haven't quite taken this job because I think it has something to do with flexibility. You have to, other people that are more qualified would have to take a long time to set up their robots and machines, but for some parts they change the lines up, and I'm sure they do limited runs, like only a couple months rather than years. The ones that do shorter runs is what they have people doing, because it's just easier to point out somebody stamp this thing out rather than try to program the machine for a limited production run where stuff would probably change in another 3 months anyways. At least that's my take on it. Didn't say that, but you can kind of tell what's going on with the way the place is set up. It's, people are still needed for some types of work. But it's one, a time sink. Obviously, gotta work, so I don't have much free time for other stuff. That's why I'm not trolling the comments and stuff as much anymore. And doing other things on YouTube. And because of this military past, I actually had a place to stay because otherwise I'd be out on the streets. I got into can be a rehab program for some people, but for me it's a transitory program as well. So for me, it's just trying to get back on my feet with housing till I get a job going and make enough money to pay for my apartment and all that. Hopefully, stand on my own 2 feet, and I think this job might be temporary. In a way, I'm kind of hoping it is. It's not a terrible job. It's not terrible, but it's not quite the fit for me because what happens is my stupid back hurts. I'm kind of built like Big Chungus right now. You know what a big chungus means, right? I got a big gut, like not huge as big chungus, but big chungus. Pardon my crappy drawing, but not quite as huge as big chungus, but I'm feeling like big chungus. Big old gut is not helping my back. Every time I have to reach and put it apart and feed it to the machine, after doing that for about 4 hours, halfway through, my back is like, ugh, it sucks. So I got shitty drawings here. I know they're shitty drawings because I'm just doing something for filler. The way I'm situated right now, I just tried to do a stream, but I don't have the bandwidth for it here, so I'll just upload a video. I'm still thinking of making video content, and if you've been following me lately, you know my last couple streams were with VC VREC, making these little doodads play music automatically in VC VREC, the blinking lights. And I do that because it is relatively easy and relatively fun. And it's not hard because I have an old laptop. And the only source of my frustration with the old laptop is not the laptop. All the bullshit requirements or everything else always changing. And right now I'm on Linux Mint. That is the thing that keeps me from doing too much with content. And that's your Linux Mint. That's it. Alright, that's fine. Issue is because the laptop is old, I am limited on what updates I can run. And because the updates I can run are limited, or I can't really update the updates without breaking too many things. I just about have the laptop the way I want it to run, which should be good news. But the bad news is if I had to update it, I would have to do a clean slate update to get the current software running on it. And I kind of don't want to do that because I have all of my shit set up just the way I want it. And I probably need another newer laptop or a newer desktop to get up to date with what everyone else is doing, and then they're doing this new bullshit where your browser is currently not up to date. Firefox here, you know Firefox. Firefox is on the world, and then I get this your browser is not up to date bullshit, which makes it harder for me to do stuff, and it's kind of pissing me off. Sure, they have their reasons, but I think they're lazy reasons. And I wish there was better legacy support. Cause that's what I need, because I can't really update the laptop, because I don't have this. I'm just started on the job, but I don't know how good the money is. I don't have the money coming in, and without money coming in, I can't update the laptop. If I can't update the laptop, I can't update various softwares. apps, symbols, but it's software. I can't update that, and because it's around money, because money is tied to the job, and I'm breaking my back making parts. I'm sure somewhere along the line the parts will be helping people, believe it or not. I can't tell you everything, but people may need the parts for rehab equipment and stuff like that. So good for them, I guess. I'm trying to make quality parts, doing my best as a newbie noob. Uh, but that is my time sink from doing internet content. So it's just a bit of a status update here. So thinking of doing new internet content despite all the crap going on in my life right now. And not just trolling people in the comments or pushing buttons and trying to make people laugh when I do a stream chat. I don't do my own streams because I don't have the bandwidth for it. I'll show up in chat, and then I will try to get whoever's on doing their stream to laugh at my stupid comments. So sometimes it works, sometimes not. Poke their brain a little bit, but they're cool enough, so it wouldn't bother if I didn't like the person. I wouldn't watch their channel. So I do that. I'm struggling to get along. You know what? So I'm thinking of doing more content. What's that? What is the thing? Blender. I have an old version of Blender, and it is like 2 or 3 versions old now, but it still runs on this computer. So I'm thinking of doing new content with an outdated version of Blender. Maybe doing character design stuff, because I haven't done that freaking ages. But here's the issue: I'm going to be rusty as hell. I haven't done it in a couple years. Because when I was caring for the old folks, I did not have time to put in any time I'll put in stuff. How be like terrible stickman art. I'm shitty art right now. Guess I'm out of practice in art too. Yeah. It's just something to fill the screen space, I guess. It's not even relevant in my art right now. But anytime I'd try to work on a project in Blender, mom or dad, person I was caring for, would need help, so I couldn't really put time into practice on it. Even though I had college semi-related to it, semi-related to the art field, it's actually for graphic design. When I went to college round 2, the issue with that is I could never find a related job. I know my art right now is terrible. Well, I'm sure you've seen my other art. You know I'm more capable when I think about it right now. I am just doodling around. I'm not even trying to draw right. I don't think I'm in the mindset for drawing right now. But I kind of want to do a character design. And a themed character design at that. And I was thinking of uploading character stuff to Sketchfab, where it could be downloaded, but unless you following me, it would be kind of like a little secret thing. And Sketchfab is where you upload 3D stuff, and then people can see it in 3D and view it. So I was thinking of doing some kind of themed character, because I like watching VTubers. Those are some of the people that I like poke and prod when I watch their content. So I was thinking of doing character stuff for that. I won't say which, and you'll kind of have to figure it out when I start making the content. It'll be funny. And I ain't making promises. I've heard other people make promises, but my time is being sunk into other stuff, so it's going to be a bit of a drag. And I have to be in the right mood, and I have to have a couple of days, probably weekends, where my back isn't killing me from working like 8 hours punching out parts. So you gotta get like big chungus, and it does not help. I can try doing exercise and all that, but that takes time, dude. Get the weight down and stuff. I know I need to fix myself, but it's a slow process. And right now, my slow process is trying to fix my budget. Because everything I've been doing, like the last many years, has not been making me money. It's been helping, but now it's time to help myself instead of everybody else. And that is tricky. Like, why are you sucking? Why are you sucking? It's because I had other things to take care of that were important enough to me, but it's just, you let yourself go and you do that kind of stuff. And now I gotta pick up those pieces and get myself back in the groove, and it's slow going. But it limits some of the things I want to do, but hopefully it can put me on the path back to it. So that's enough for my story time. I think I'll wrap it up. I was going to stream, and even though I probably have nobody watching my stream live, it was going to be up. But instead of that, I use simple screen recorder, camera eye thing. Guess I'm on Linux, and then simple screen recorder will go to YouTube. It's like the little camera lens. I know it looks like a circle, but their logo is a camera lens. YouTube, even though YouTube's crappy. I am also doing, I think other people should do it, but is that one Rumble? I am going to be doing more Rumble content too. I think this one will go to Rumble, but I will be doing more stuff there. Because even though I'm okay with YouTube, YouTube is changing shit with the browser compatibility, and eventually I think it will cause more issues there. That's funny because I have two versions of Firefox. I have an old version, which is old and crusty, but it runs good on my computer. I don't know how to explain it better than that. It doesn't take too long to boot up, and it works. But they're like, oh, it's unreliable. But I'm not putting my site on. I'm not doing credit cards and stuff all the time, online purchasing and content where somebody is after my account. So I have an old crusty Firefox most of the time. The problem is the internet is breaking backwards compatibility. It's not my end, it's their end. And the issue is when they break it, it's like, use a new browser. But the problem is, new browsers kind of run like shit on the old computer set. And although I have a second version of Firefox, it kind of runs okay-ish. I wouldn't say great, but okay-ish. And that's what I have to do to get past that utter bullshit. But I think I can run the older Firefox on the other platform better than the newer Firefox, and it's hard to explain. But it leads back down to money, which I do not have in my wallet. There's nothing there. No money out of my wallet here. It is. So me trying to stay up to date is a money problem. Money problem is a work problem because I gotta work and it sucks up my free time away from doing the things I would like to do. But I need to do it because I gotta eat, have a place to stay, and all that. If I can find a better way to make money that doesn't kill my back, I can also have more free time. Try to get in shape. I don't know if I'm trying to do that stuff takes away time from other stuff too. Is oi 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 oi. Getting old sucks because bouncing back takes longer, and I ain't exactly a young spring chicken anymore. I'm almost been around the sun 50 times. Almost. Not quite there yet. Damn, it's half a century. Son of a bitch. Uh, that's like a long time, believe it or not. Yeah, my sense of humor is with the younger crowd, believe it or not. I do watch the internet all the time. TV sucks because they try to feed you bullshit on TV, and it's obvious it's bullshit. So I don't really watch TV anymore. It's like the propaganda box now more than ever. I'd rather just watch independent content. And sites like YouTube are trying to push back towards the propaganda box. Like, forget that. I still prefer the whole point of YouTube was independent creators. Which is why I'm watching whatever Rumble, their little triangle thing is. Rumble. YouTube. I don't remember the Twitch icon, but I can't really do streaming with my current setup because where I'm staying, the internet isn't quite that good. Download speed's fine, but upload is not enough for streaming. Because I found out tonight. And I guess I might have to wrap it up doing this because I will want to get in second naps. I am working third shift now too. And that is midnight till 8 in the morning. But the problem is daylight streams in my window and that makes it hard for me to sleep. And I'm still waiting on my pay to come through. Because I'm a newbie at my current job. Once I get that, I can get a sleep line so I can sleep better during the day. So I end up like kind of taking a daytime sleep and then I take an evening sleep. And I do a break in the in the afternoon or early evening, which is what this recording is, in between. And then I try to grab something to eat and then sleep and then get up and then go to work, which is funky. So I have like split sleep schedule on top of everything else. And why am I telling this? I don't know. It's funny. It's crazy. I do have people helping me, and I'm kind of glad for it because of my past story arcs of my own life. Putting my life on the line for this crazy country, which is now kind of half broken. It's funny. I like the country and the people and stuff, but it's like it has a big leadership issue right now, and those people are too damn greedy and might screw us and the world over if they aren't careful about it, and then they lie about it, and they have pet topics instead of the real issues in life, which real issues are people trying to get by and money and inflation and all that. And then the pet topics are like the rainbow stuff, which is only a distraction. Which, if you look back to Occupy Wall Street, you can see when all the distraction bullshit issues started because that took away attention from that. And it broke it up basically. That everything that people were starting to pay attention to why they were getting screwed over economically, that's when all the stupid stuff started. Historically, if you were paying attention. Just like the field trip in the Capitol was like, oh, it's a disaster. I go, I've seen my lifespan all changes in junior high and high school that were worse than that shit. But more fights and trouble going down and things being broken and stuff than there were on the raid on the top of this country's, which is like more like a Twitch raid. Sightseeing, but what the hell? You can't explain that to people without them actually knowing and actually seeing the real footage instead of being fed the media bullshit. But it's crazy. I don't know. Explaining it without hit by cancel culture would be crazy. So I try to keep my own content neutral, but I do comment on stuff, and I will discuss like the screwed up world in my commentary elsewhere. Which is hard on social media because I try to do the mainstream social media is trying to get under control or it's not trying, but there's certain influences that are trying to take over control, and then there's the alternate media, but people see it as fringy, which some of it is. But you also have people doing red herring posts all over the place on the alt media, and it's annoying because you try to post legit content there, and then people can only point at the gaslighting commentary instead, which makes people think the platforms are bad, which is not the case, because it's like people are posting purposely bad shit to gaslight a platform. Even I don't know. It's hard to explain, but all platforms deserve more attention. I'm thinking like Rumble and communities win instead of Reddit. I don't know their logo offhand, but I still read it because that's where the main people are. But certain political stuff in their forums are pretty much useless or dead to me. Or that hobby forums are great, and that's what I stick to Reddit for is hobby stuff. And some of the off-side discussions are great, but the mainstream ones, like news and stuff, those are no good. So I'm just doing my own thing. But explaining it past that. Yeah, it's crazy. That's crazy. And I might also do some Zen Tangle Doodle stuff here. I don't know how to explain it. But it's kind of hard to draw freehand on a tablet. I do better in paper. But paper doesn't lend itself to videos. The patterns. Pardon me. Oh, sketchy sketches. Hands aren't steady like they used to be. I mean, steady enough, but it's so sloppy right now. This is rough sketching. But this software is better for painterly stuff. I kind of wish I had Illustrator, but they don't support Linux, and Adobe's kind of sucking anyways. Yeah, I can see if I got an old bootleg version, I'll run under. That will run under Wine. I haven't tried that. I don't think I could get it running under Wine. I've used Inkscape, but Inkscape is missing a good handful of features that I kind of would want. But I could probably do some really basic stuff. But I just might do Zentangle type doodles and lifts and patterns. That might be a drawing topic, anyways, even though it's rough. You can kind of get the idea. Try to set up a camera setup for just a drawing session. I don't think I have a camera that's good for video yet. Maybe I will fix that when I'm working. Get might get an action camera just for the video aspect. But I kind of want to do, well, if I could do an art stream. But see, I like to stay relatively anonymous. That's why VTubing has an appeal to me. Doing this screen grab thing lets me stay pretty nasty. Some people have their little character, their avatar, and I just have my screen hat. What is that Japanese pattern? Is it Sumo Yori or something? I can't remember what it's called. I know it's like a woodcut pattern, but you get like these little star things. Different colors. But it's like a woodcut pattern. Trying to explain it. It's a little challenging. I was thinking of using it, like, you know how he's just saying earlier, doing a character in Blender design, like, this would be part of their kimono outfit. Uh, and necessarily these colors. See, I gotta start doing the content halfway on Sketchfab. And I know I'm not the best character artist, so I'll probably be doing their theme stuff when I get the character actually made. She'll take a time to get back in the groove. Using an old blender that is no longer supported because it runs on my computer. And oh, what can I do? A blender on the computer. I was gonna do like character design, themed outfits, seasonal maybe, seasonal themes. Cause that's the thing you see with characters. They don't just rotate just because. I'll be crazy. If this person actually watches my stupid content, I might get a kick out of it. I don't know. You probably think I'm a weird idiot. That's alright. I don't think they'll post in my comments. It would be funny if they did. But, I like this pattern because you see it in some textiles too, but I know it's a pattern you'll see in like woodcuts and inlays. It's kind of cool. I think there's also another thing. It's not just a Japanese style. There's something similar in a. I want to say it's a Germanic folk art. It's called wood chipping, but you also see it in like the Amish. Some of their stuff. This comes from old German. Like at least the it's just before the industrial era kicked in, 1700s or something. The wood chip art also had this kind of pattern. It was like a carving rather than an inlay with they'd call that what, dry schnitt or six knit. It's basically a certain number, dry or six or maybe vier, and that would be the number of cuts, and then schnitt for cut, and it was a wood carving technique. And that's kind of neat too. I used to do some wood carving. That'd be kind of fun hobby to get back into too. I have the stuff for it, believe it or not. But I just can't do it on a large scale, and the hard part is keeping stuff sharp enough to do it. And I'm not that good at sharpening. I've tried. But getting like the chisel and stuff sharp enough is tricky, to say the least. Thinking maybe doing for the character doing like a pattern like this, but it'd be like their character's skin colors on their outfit. Yeah. That would be kind of neat. I gotta practice the steady hand. I haven't done it in a long time because I was doing all this other stuff. Important to me, but nobody else knew about. Yeah. Oh, but right now this is just like a chat stream, and I may still do more VCV rec stuff. So don't be like upset. Like I'm changing my format. I'll still pop out the bleepy boops because it's fun and easy, and I can probably do that easier on limited time than actual making other content. See, generative music, the computer does half the work. I just kind kind of tell the computer what to do and then let it do its thing. And alright. Even this screen is an old version because, like, past a certain update of that, it changed the graphic dependency. Which again, I couldn't change in Linux because Xword would crash and leave me with an unusable computer. Last time I did that, I don't even remember what kind of command line shenanigans I had to do to recover from that. I'd just rather have a computer that kind of works the way I like it than a bricked computer. So. And the reason I like Linux is because I hated what Windows did after their 10 update years ago. And I could not get things to work even way back when Windows 10 first came out. And I switched Linux Mint way back then. And I still kind of like Linux Mint, despite my issues. That's more like a hardware not updating to the current flavor issue. And that is because I had everything the way I was set the way I wanted it issued, and I couldn't do a certain update cleanly without nuking everything. I had too much stuff on the computer already back then that I wanted to hold on to. This is my computer, damn it. Not anyone else's. Stuff like that. And look at this. I am starting a pattern. What more colors can I go with an off-green color? Probably not the best colors. Red, blue, green, like pixel color things, but a little off and a little matte. These won't be colors I'll use on some art. But it's to demonstrate the pattern. You know? I've seen it in wood inlay. Some Japanese architecture or decor, but it's also used in textile prints. I do the character design, of course this motif will be the textile print. And their themed clothing or their whatever. I don't know how to explain it better yet. And I'll try to make it look cool. And it's been ages since I've done UV mapping and all that stuff too. But you kind of see like there's a certain 3D aspect to this pattern, like these little stars almost look like they're inset. That's why I think it's cool. It's like the carving thing I was talking about, the wood, the chip carving. Carving's kind of a cool art form too. It's subtractive, so you kind of really have to think about it. 'Cause it's really not something you can fix if you mess it up. But I also like there's another art. I think I've shown a little dabbling here and there. Textile art is kind of fun, and that's an additive art, like working with clay and sculpting. But working with wood is a subtractive art. You take chips out, you put those chips back, making it look janky. I like certain textile arts too. One I picked up was, you might have seen some stuff on it, a needle binding of all weird things. Because it was easy to pick up. You didn't need much, and it was portable, and it was the thing I could do while I was caring for my parents. I could drop a project, just pick it up. Didn't really lose too much track of it. Didn't matter anyways, because I was not following patterns when I did it. I was making up my own shit, and that was kind of fun. seem to know how to change directions, build forms or build volume. You can kind of freestyle it. Other people, like when it comes to textiles, they always have to go by count and pattern. And kind of try to explain the freestyling to those people, and they get lost as much as you get lost trying to follow somebody else's pattern. So I would do my own stupid thing, and it was weird. I was on creative mode instead of paint by numbers mode. This is kind of mixed in between a creative and paint by numbers. I like patterns like this. Not quite too snacky time and nap time part 2. Don't get a good nap time part 2, I tend to drag my butt at work. Yeah, I don't know if I want to be doing that too much. You can kind of get the gist of this pattern. I know there's probably a way I can do polygon fills. Create it even. But me, this is practicing steady. You know, it's not the most entertaining thing for you right now, probably. Also, I need to do figure studies. I haven't been doing the art thing, even though I have the graphic design background. I know I can do it. It's just a matter of applying myself and get back in practice. It's like trying to go on a 30-mile bike ride when you've been barely riding 1 or 2 miles. But in art, it's tricky to explain. And I want to get back in the groove, but I know I can't. Just yet. It's fine. But I don't know if that would make for good media. Saying, oh man, I'm so shit. It's a matter of being able to put time in it. It's like I have things sucking up my time that I need to do. Take away from things I want to do. But by the time I get enough time to do things I want to do, I am beat and bushed and tuckered out, and it kind of sucks. And it kills the mood of doing the thing I want to do. I gotta get over that hump somehow, and that's gonna be a hard part too. How do you do that? How do you get enough time in to make money and not be dead on your feet when you got your own time to make making the money actually worth the time that you're putting in to make money? Unless you can get a CEO job where your money makes your money for you and you're kind of free to sit on your ass and laugh at everybody that actually does the real work that makes you money. That's all I'm gonna do. Be part of the parasite class. Not elite. Sorry, they're parasites. They're elite. They would be helping everybody else up, and they're not doing that. They were helping everybody else get on their feet, then they would be elite. But they're not. They're basically they make enough money to buy the things that they have other people use to make them money, and then they sit on their ass. And they claim that they've done something amazing. Well, yeah, you're resting on your laurels. I mean, there's some exceptions. But to get at that stage of so-called success, you kind of have to be an asshole. But the issue is most of them are talking big, but they don't back it up with helping people out. They'll do their pet philanthropy project, but it's like they still don't put their own part into it. They just throw a bit of money at it. Oh, look. I don't know. I think the way that it would reflect on that would be good there is how much they actually pay the people that work under them. And not just pay, but like time off and stuff. Time off and benefits. That is a reflection of what was actually going. 'Cause even if you're paid well, if you have no time for yourself, that is an issue. You need time to do your own pursuits. And it doesn't necessarily mean to leave the company. If your company is actually good for you, that's not what you should. But a lot of what is modern and current, you kind of do want to be able to leave, but it's the system is set up against. That's why the tax structure is screwed up. So you don't want people to work independently, so they make it a pain in the ass. So you need an accountant. But an accountant costs money, so you got to get over that money hurdle to actually start your own business. And then they make the tax code so penalizing, even though it should be automated at this point. We have the technology to automate that shit, and it's not. I don't know how to explain it better than that. So that's a time sink. If you wanted to do freelancing, it takes away from doing freelancing. Because you can pay somebody to do that much for you. It's like, I don't want to go with it yet. Just why I haven't gone into freelancing is because I have too many other things I'd have to juggle to do freelancing properly. And I'm sure there might be some guides on it, but it's like a whole other learning curve. It's like I just want to do the thing I do, not every other job that supports that job. I know they're important enough, but there's some things I feel that could be automated that aren't automated, and it's a systematic problem rather than a technological problem. Yeah, it's where people lobby to keep accountants in work, so that's why the tax code sucks. If it could be automated, they would be out of a job, even though it's something that should be easily automatable. And yeah, taxes is stupid too. Cause the way I look at it, you shouldn't have to file anything unless you have a claim for an exemption or something you'd want to put it on as disputed. But other than that, it should be automatic and be like, this is what you should pay. Here you go. This is what we're taking out. Sign the dotted line unless you disagree, and then if you disagree, then you can do the filing. There's a lot of other countries they do that. In the U.S. of A., so-called freedom country, is the one that has the insurance system that makes it hard. It's stupid. Oh. I know I'm babbling on. Babbling on. Why am I babbling on? It's crazy person. Glitchy thing. This better is kind of cool. Just like the 3D look of it, like if you picture those things being it inset. Combine this with other hex theme patterns too, like this is into a hexagon. And it's just thinking of doing like lotus flower looking things, but 6-pointed looking things. Which also follows the similar hexagon thing. And breaking into honeycomb patterns. I don't know. Just like hexagon patterns overlaid. Other hexagon patterns. Artistically and creatively. I'm crazy. Oh, can I sketch? I haven't done it so well. I'm obviously sketching right now, but custom tools here. I haven't done in a while. Figure forms. stick people kind of figures, but it's not quite the stick people, it's the construction lines. Characters. This is really rough. I'd do this better on paper, but I'm doing it on a tablet, which is smooth. An old ass tablet that I got ages ago, but I still like it. It works. Oh, a bug got in my room. And it's flying in my face. Why are you doing that? I think it's a moth. Because it's because my computer screen's bright now. Sketchy post. Sketchy post. Alright. I gotta get practicing so many different things. I gotta get over the time sync hump. I'm just trying to figure out how I'm gonna do that. Do something like make it entertaining enough to be worth watching. That's the hard part, man. So I don't get much feedback on my content. It's like I either get views or I don't, but I don't get feedback. So if you got something to say in the comments, say it. Post your crap in the comments. So what path should I go on? But I'm limited. I've heard what I've been talking about. If you got advice or feedback, you can say it. I don't think you'll be anybody I know personally, but telling me what's going on in the world. What do you think of my weird comments? And just, or if I should do more, UCV react stuff, do more art stuff, random stuff. This I consider more random stuff. Maybe back to the 3D modeling stuff. Yeah, there's stuff I want to bounce back into. Challenge is getting in that groove. Getting in that groove. I'm kinda having a hard time getting in the groove. Hard time getting in the groove. Yeah, boy. Is it saturated? Is this more saturated? Saturated. Oi. Oi. This is transparent. It's kind of like a marker, but it's much. It's supposed to be pink color, but you can use it like a marker too. This size is adequate. Just lines up on the strip. It takes a few strokes to get it lined up. Does it do tilt? No, it doesn't do tilt. It just needs some. Just alright. Actually, the guy is searching eats hard to tell its eggs. Hey. What is this? Blah 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 blah. Look at that shit. Alrighty. I'm so glad you're here. It's like a honeycomb, but it's not quite a honeycomb, but it's like those colors, like the beeswaxy, yellowy color. Oh. I shouldn't It's probably a kind of design I should be doing in Inkscape. I know that would be easier. Yeah, we didn't suck at bees. Let's try it. Sucks. Software is neat. The company and the way they run it sucks. Uh, this is because whoever's in charge is kind of predatory. I guess that's what it is, right? Predatory or parasitic, or however you say it. You know, have a good product. The people making the product aren't the same as the people setting policy. Still want to do their things. It's just like they're kind of isolated from knowing how companies run almost. People making nothing are separated from the people selling nothing. I don't know. Sometimes the people in the selling the thing can ruin it for the people that are making a thing. And by the time it starts falling apart, it's too late. You know they had a good thing. Yeah. Stuff falling apart when it's too late. Like Sears and Kmart, man. Back in the 80s, and even just a hair into the early 90s, they were good, and then they self-destructed that bad management. It's crazy how they threw those companies in the shitter. That's what I call parasitic. Yay. And it's funny because you can't blame capitalism for it. I know people want to, but it's just a medium of exchange. But it's how that medium of exchange is used or utilized, and that is the issue. It can be used to benefit the majority, but it's not used that way. But here's the thing: it's a people problem. That's why the socialism or stuff don't work too, because people exploit that and they claim one thing and they're just as bad as the other things. So it's not the system of societal structure or even economic structure. It is how that system is utilized, and people creep into that politics and ride on it backs of other people with their politics. That's the issue, regardless of the system that they claim to be part of. It's just like another flavor of exploitation. The issue is how do we stop the exploitation and make the thing work? And there are some things that would work if not for the exploitation. That's the thing. Oh yeah. Real strength is not trampling others down, it's being able to pull people up. How do you do that? How do you do that? The problem is I gotta get on my own feet before I can bring other people up, right? Some way or other. I mean, I can try to talk people through it, but that's a different thing. I'm not your advice columnist or psychotherapist. Or I am your therapist at home for the $2 instead of the $200 person. And I can't even claim to be a therapist. It's just saying, hey, this person has a shit sandwich too, so it can't be that bad. They know how to deal with it, right? Alright. That's how it goes. And I just want to get on a path of doing the thing I want to do. It's not even like I'm gonna find a cozy place to settle down for, even though my age is catching up with me there. I kind of need to do that. It's like making enough money to make it even count, because houses, you can't afford one. How the fuck am I supposed to do that? When the parasites in society don't let me make enough money to get a house, and then if you look back at feudal society, they took a better care of people than the people that are working it for money under this system. At least they realized you need people that, like, people are. The problem with the economic system is that people are seen as disposable. So they just let people burn out and move to the next one. That's where in the feudal system you couldn't do that. Your whole kingdom would collapse if you did that. But in the economic system, if you collapse the kingdom, you're a parasite and you can jump to the next little fiefdom of a company. Because you're at the. I don't know. It's stupid. Aye. But, this character here. Gotta change the color. Sketchy doodles. Yep. I'm terrible at this. So, be like some chick. Oh. You know, as I can hear it. Everybody likes eye candy. That's why people put on the puppet show for their YouTube channels. It's fine. Probably there's like an 80% chance you'll look good in real life. The other 10% is you don't look anything at all like your avatar. Or you're a big Chingus. I'm a big Chingus, but my avatar, if I do one, will be like the little gremlin guy with like. If I can get a setup where I can do the streaming with the character, it'd be like the little goober character. Sure, you've seen my mascot, little hamster guy. And then you got the like mouth that goes ridiculously huge, like it'd be like a derpy face hamster. Maybe like the big pillow goof and sack character. If I could make my stream character, that's what it would be. It's not necessarily a reflection of myself. It's just something that's so out there. It would be kind of change of pace and be funny. It'd be like the derpy dirt. A little hamster mascot. He's for this channel. You've seen me doodle it enough times if you've been around lately. It's strictly me, but it's like it's still used as an avatar because it's funny. But how the hell would I get into a collab with somebody? I could make a version of their avatar for him. But I got to get stuff going and modeled and make it actually look good at Sketchfab. Maybe they would go, oh, this guy's actually doing shit, not just talking. I have to get to the point of doing shit, you know? This is such a rough sketch. I don't think I'll ever the eye candy chick. He's funny. The real reason I'd watch them is because they're funny. Cause they can look good, but if they're boring, they're boring. If they're the real thing is the eye candy is what brings people to your channel, but actually being entertaining is what keeps people on your channel. That's the thing. Not everyone realizes that. And you go, why is my channel feel like I got a cool character? That's not always it. My problem is I don't quite have enough story time to a cool character, right? There's the big bazongas, right? The shirt, or is it going to be your midriff? It's just going to be shirt. And be like, yo, what's up? And they'd be like, whatever. But the other issue with the kind of media I think it'd be fun to do is finding software that runs on a Linux side for it. That having to use a whiny compatibility layer, which makes it goofy when you're trying to do networking stuff with OBS. OBS has its own native Linux, but I don't know. Unless I have two computers for streaming, which would be like the ideal way to do it, but that's a money thing, right? And I have to get a location with enough bandwidth on the internet to do the streaming. Do the kind of thing I want to do, but the issue is the day job takes up so much time that I can't do my thing that I want to do. He's gonna be scary. It's kind of rough. Because he's had it rough. That's why. Been through the blender of life. Life is not easy. But life not being easy is what makes some people interesting. It builds character. But I haven't shared those stories enough. Other than a little bit. It's like somebody has it too easy. It's like they have something to show. But if somebody has talent and then they've made it through whatever adversity kind of shit life's thrown at, and they still show their talent, that's kind of amazing. There are people on the internet like that too. If you watch them, you know who they are. They got their shtick that I like following, which is along this theme. Alright. Might have seen me troll in their comment section at the time. Not really like trolling a troll. I just push their buttons to get them to think, and if I can get them to think, it's kind of cool to see if it happens. You're like, oh shit, what's this guy saying? Is there a nugget of truth in there? I'd be like, hey, here's this going on. I suspect that's what's going on with you. Just trying to prod you in the right direction. Not doing it to be a total asshole. Even though it might come off like that. I don't mean it that way. It's just like trying to nudge you, help you fix your shit so you can do better. I don't know how to explain it better than that. But it might be a little passive aggressive. It's like, oh, I see you doing this. I know you're doing this. You notice that you're doing it. That's the thing. Once you notice you're doing it, then maybe you can address it. I'm not saying it to be mean. I'm just saying it like, hey, like the weird uncle, I guess, right? The weird uncle person. Yeah, like you don't want to hang with the weird uncle too long, but he'll give you the advice. Be like, oh shit, he said something that now that I think of it makes sense. So, kind of like that guy, but not quite that guy. I don't know how to explain it. Oh. I do have a nephew. I'm barely in touch with the kid. He's turned out good though. Sister used to be the anarchist chick, and then she had a kid that turned out pretty good because she is like a hard worker type person. I don't know. It's weird to see her go from that and being the hard worker at helicopter mom when she is like the combat boot punk rock anarchist chick. It's like weird. It's weird to see her be the helicopter mom. I don't know how to explain it. But she's the person that you try to break her off the mainstream media, and I don't know how she got in that trip. I guess it's the nature of her job and the people she hangs out. She does help people though. It's healthcare. I'll tell you that much. But crazy. It's crazy. Oh, but I want to get back into the creative side of things. But how the hell do I do that? How the hell do I do that? Not just something that like takes me only a few minutes and this is cool, and then poop something out, and then I want to do something more involved. I need a path. I need a game plan. I need some advice, maybe. Maybe. Doesn't always mean I'd be the best at taking that advice. But advice, It's like I hint others to fix their shit. They can hint at me to fix my shit, right? If you're out there. Right. And then what is it? Well, I guess I'm gonna wrap it up. Enough of the doodling. And that'll be that. And so, yeah, so I have a game plan. One is to make new content when I can. Because I'm not caring for somebody other than myself now. So when I am on my time, I kind of am on my time. It's not like jump up and call whenever I'm needed, which was the big issue when I was caring for people. Because it's like, it was weird because it felt like I had a lot of time, but in a way, it's like whenever I'd start to work on something, that's when they needed. So I didn't have time. It's like I was on standby mode all the time. And now that I have my time, I'm not on standby mode all the time. But the issue is I am burnt the fuck out. Pardon my language, but that's the issue. And trying to get my health back in line where I feel good enough to work on a project or make enough money to support working on that project. And man, how do people pull that shit off? That is some people pull it off better than others do, and it's like I don't always have that energy. And how do I get that energy back? Can I get into creative mode and get help in places where I can work in creative mode and make people that help in those places make it worth their time and maybe pay them in some ways better. Sometimes it's not always money either. It's like credit where credit's due. Sometimes that helps. But my current issue is money because everything else is on money, and that's just the system our society uses for exchange. But it's not balanced out properly. That's too. Inflation don't help because that's just like robbing from anybody that's worked. Oy. Right. Yeah. Well, that's a wrap. That's all for now. Yeah, now I'll wrap it up. And something where I derp about. Give content to whoever this mystery person is, or make it available. That will be a future game plan, but I cannot guarantee it. There's no guarantees right now. It's just a concept. But the issue is, what the fuck is happening here, right? What is going on with, I can do the arrow, right? What is going on with my money situation? 'Cause that is the roadblock right here. I gotta get over this hurdle. Need enough of this to do this, and have the time available to do what I want to do, that way. And try to make it entertaining. Alright. whatever. I am babbling on. Misguided lump of herpadirt, and I gotta fix my shit first, right? Why am I doing it? I don't know, maybe it's cathartic. Anyhow, time to shut down Simple Screen Recorder, poop this out on YouTube, and see if there's any comments or anybody notices. Because it'll be funny. It'll be weird. That's just how it is. Later for now. For real this time.